everyone, this video started out as a collab, but we decided to do something a little different. This was a quarantine challenge which I created to basically use one item from your living room, something from your bedroom, one thing from your kitchen, and something from your bathroom. It was pretty difficult to choose and I had no idea of the direction to take it, so I just picked 4 things. I grabbed a shower curtain from my bathroom, a paper towel roll from my kitchen, seashells I had in my bedroom, and I grabbed iridescent cellophane wrap in my living room. Since it was May, I decided to go with a mermaid look. So what I did so far for the headpiece, I cut the paper towel roll into semi-even pieces and I hot glued them onto a plastic headband. The order or position that you glue it in doesn't really matter. I honestly was just making it up as I went along, and I think that's the best way to do it. After I was done forming the shape that I wanted, I painted the outside of the rolls and the headband with a metallic-y purple acrylic paint, and I painted the inside of the rolls with a golden acrylic paint. I associate mesh and net whenever I think of the sea and mermaid, so I cut up a beige loofah sponge, I don't know what they call it, but I hot glued it onto the back of the headpiece. I wanted the embellishments to complement and match the cellophane wrap so that it all kind of makes sense together. So I painted the seashells pink, blue, gold, and also a lime green. As the seashells were drying, I cut the cellophane wrap into 2 even pieces. I folded each piece in half and flipped them back and forth, folding them like a fan. I then pinched the middle as if you were creating a bow. I twisted and folded it up in half, and I hot glued the middle point just to keep it together, and this is what created the appearance of fins. I pulled back the bottom edges of the mesh net to hot glue the fins onto the headpiece, and I also glued the 2 large leaves onto the sides of it as well. And now it was time to decorate. You honestly can do whatever you want, but, you know, it's up to you. I loved the gold and green look together, and I realized that the other colors were a bit too harsh, so I painted over them with the gold acrylic paint so that they would look more like the iridescent colors and fit better. Of course, I'm extra and I needed more, so I cut a few strips of this leaf ribbon that I have, and I hot glued it all around and throughout the headpiece. I wanted some golden pearls, so I cut up some old Mardi Gras beads and I decorated it all throughout. I also had this tassel thing that I took from a makeup bag that I had a really long time, and I was actually going to just throw it away, but I'm happy I found a use for it and I glued it to the piece. And that's basically all that I did. You can add more, but it's up to you. As far as the makeup goes, this was just like a midnight makeup. So I again was making it up as I went along. And of course, anytime I'm using any contacts at all that aren't my regular contacts, I have to do it first because my eyes just start watering like crazy, and I didn't really know what direction I was going with this, so I just applied a base of foundation because I knew I didn't want my entire face covered or painted. I wanted to stick with the iridescent shades for the headpiece, so I used my Mayron Paradise paint in teal, pink, and gold with no direction or true pattern. Applying it with the makeup sponge worked best this time because it kept the colors and the paint light, and I would be able to blend them into each other really lightly. I set the paint with eyeshadow to give it shimmer and brighten the tone at the same time. So I went over it with matching or similar shades from my BH Cosmetics 28 color foil eyes palette. For my eyes, I still wanted to incorporate the green since that was also a color I used. So I primed my eyes with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Natural, and I went in using the olive green shade from the Foil Eyes palette. I darkened the crease and the outer corners of my eyes with the dark green shade from my NYX Swear By It palette, and I also used it under my waterline. I brightened the inner corners of my eyes with a gold eyeshadow powder, and I lined my eyelids and my waterline with a black pencil liner. I finished lining my eyes with the NYX Epic ink liner. Glitter in my life, so I tried using the NYX Glitter Glows liner in the shades Quartzy and Zodiac Queen, but it was really difficult layering the glitter and it took way too much time and effort for my patience, so I just finished off the rest of the decorations with the Mayron Paradise paint in gold and regular black liquid liner for the spots and also to fill in my brows. Finally, add your mascara and your false lashes if you wish, and color in your lips. The last thing left to do is to add your scales. I spritzed a little bit of water and applied gold leaf paper to my neck and my shoulders and a little to my face. And I cut up a few pieces of the iridescent cellophane wrap and applied that to my temples, cheeks, chest, and lip with lash glue, and then we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you lovelies next time.